Hello everyone, my name is Pratiksha Pawar. My team members are Kutriya Sheikh, Rutuja Shekhande, and Sridhara Wankhede. We are going to give a short presentation on CMOS VLSI design with low power, high speed, guided by Shilpa Rudravar ma'am. Next slide. In this presentation, we are going to cover the main topics like why we selected this project, what are the needs for low power, lowering supply voltage, that is variable supply voltage and multiple supply voltage and threshold voltage, lowering capacitance, lowering switching activity, and conclusion and references. Next. As computers are downsized, communication technology for connecting them to network became more essential. LAN will be inbuilt for office into home. Personal area network will then evolve. Ubiquitous computing is the next generate information technology where computers and communication will be scaled further, merged together, and in consumer applications. Computers will be invisible behind broadband network as servers, while terminals will come closer to people as variable devices, more friendly devices. IC chips will be implemented everywhere so that things can think and talk for distributed information processing. Key technologies here are low power, low cost, and good interference for wireless data communication. Further computers and communication technology will require further reduction in power dissipation. On the other hand, technology scaling will become difficult. CMOS power dissipation has been increasing due to the increase in power density. The power dissipation increased followed every 3 years until the early 1990s. Due to constant voltage scaling, recently a constant field scaling has been applied to reduce power dissipation where the power densities increase in proportional to the 0.7 power of scaling factor, resulting in power increase by switching every 6.5 years. It is considered that the power dissipation of CMOS chips will be surely be increased as a natural result of device scaling. So, since new energy efficient device technology is on horizontal, low power, high speed CMOS design should be challenged. Next slide will be explained by Rutuja.
So the needs for low power VLSI chips. Power dissipation was neglected due to the low device density and low operating frequency. Now it is important issue due to high device density, high operating frequency, proliferation of portable consumer electronics, and concerns on environments and energy sources. Next slide. Then we have variable supply voltage and threshold voltage. A variable threshold voltage CMOS technology is developed to control VTH. A variable supply voltage VS scheme is proposed to control VDD. These two research achievements give IC designers freedom of controlling VDD and VTH for better trade-offs between power and speed. While they were given as a boundary condition and unchangeable parameters in a conventional design, a risk core with the VS scheme in VT CMOS is developed. Major performance in MIPSW depicted is improved by a factor of more than two compared with that of conventional design. Cheap leakage current is controlled for active and standby modes, independent of processed VTH. Then penalty associated with body bias is negligibly small. The reverse body bias is generated by a charge pump that draws substrate current due to mainly impact ionization. Since the substrate current is less than 0.1% of the chip, power current, the current penalty by the charge pump is only 0.2%. So the next slide is explained by Sridhara.
So this is the multiple supply voltage and the threshold voltage. So there are the three ways to save the power dissipation while maintaining the maximum operating frequency. So first one is the employing the multiple power supplies to lower supply voltage. Second one is employing the multiple threshold voltage to reduce the leakage current. And third one is employing the multiple transistor width to reduce the capacitance. Next. So, lowering capacitance. So, these are the points. So, first one is the external memory access consumes the considerable power dissipation due to large parasitic capacitance along the external signal lines. Second one is the embedding external memory on a chip reduces the system power dissipation considerably. And third one is the power dissipation is reduces to one of the third of the total power dissipation of a two chip solution. And in the right side, the figure is given for the better understanding. Next one is will be explained by Sia.
Lowering switching technique. In this case, we have taken the three diagrams with this conditional flip-flop and MPEG4 codec power reduction by conditional flip-flop. Here in we will the research paper will be explaining about the lowering switching activity, which is an essential part about how the VLSI will deals with this case. The next will be the conclusion. In this conclusion, we got to know about the CMOS architecture and how the CMOS has been incredibly getting small and overcoming all of the tackles that that faced in the VLSI thing. In semiconductor business, a power wall is an obvious and present independent. Designers should tackle low power CMOS architecture because there is no new energy efficient technology on the horizon. Decreasing the supply voltage, lowering the capacitance, and lowering the switching activity can all reduce CMOS power dissipation to the dimension. Overall, design efforts can reduce power consumption by 2.5 into 2.1. Assume that the natural power increases due to device scaling occurs twice every 6.5 years, and that is the power discrete equates to the 6 to 20 years increase in a CMOS lifetime. Next, the reference taken to make these research papers are given here. The few of the reference papers are given here. The next is the where we have published or where we have put up a paper in a conference hall. Here is few of the screenshot about it. We have put a paper in a ResearchGate conference hall, whereas few are yet to be done. Here is uh, the letter given to us about the acceptance letters about the CMOS conference paper. Thank you.